Hola, hello, my name's Aly Paws. Welcome to the Yoga Home. I'm hoping that you found a comfortable spot and you can practice for the next 30 minutes with me. We'll be doing a nice just a gentle Hatha movement with focusing on neck and shoulders. Maybe a little bit of hips in there. So being mindful of the breath today and just accepting where you're at in this moment. So set an intention before beginning. Anything you'd like to bring into the practice. Good, and we'll start sitting just nice and tall. For this practice, you may need a block and a strap. Okay, so just sitting nice and tall, resting the hands where it's comfortable in the knees or the lap. And let's just bring the shoulders up to create a little bit of movement, shoulders to the ears, and then roll back and down the spine and just let them settle. Take a deep breath in as you do that, ears to shoulder, shoulder to ears. And then exhale as it rolls back down. And then settling, sitting nice and tall through the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel that expansion. And exhale, relax the breath. And just kind of coming into this place of quiet, this peaceful place as the mind begins to settle. This place of listening. So we take the opportunity and give ourselves some space just to really be here, be present. You've arrived on your mat, starting to let go of your day or anything that's blocking you from moving forward. And really inviting in those intentions. So we'll take about a minute here, just focusing on one point with the eyes closed or open, whatever's comfortable with you. Just staying with that focus on the breath. Noticing the quality of the breath and the stillness of the mind and body. And we'll start to deepen the breath a little bit more. Now I invite you to practice the Ujjayi breath. And if you don't know it, it's just you're breathing in and out of the nose, creating a slight little constriction through the back of the throat. And this swirling ocean sound through the throat and the chest to help you focus and heat the body up. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, then just breathe normally. So let's take the palms and just give it a nice little rub, create some friction there. Breathing, inhale and exhale. And next inhale, let's reach our arms all the way to the sky, reaching up, spread the fingers, look up. Good, and then turn the palms outwards and let the arms float beside the body. As the chin draws in towards the chest, feeling the back of the neck stretch out. And then palms turn upwards, arms come all the way up towards the ceiling, inhale. And then turning the palms down again, exhale. And we'll continue this little flow here just to kind of open up through the shoulders and get some movement in the joints as you inhale and exhale. Really start to feel the neck warm up as you look up and down when you inhale and exhale. Good. One more inhale and exhale. Good, and then begin to roll the shoulders up and back. So ears or shoulders towards the ears, all the way back down the spine. Just a few times, feeling the shoulder joints and the shoulder blades working and the muscles around it. And then let's squeeze a little bit through the back body. So you're activating through your back body and the rhomboids, bringing the scapula together towards the midline. And then the shoulders come up towards the ears and then forward. So you're just squeezing in the back, up and forward. Good, and then draw the chin towards the chest again, and we'll do nice little neck rolls, just to really start to feel the scalene muscles on the side of the neck. So chin towards the chest, and then ear to the shoulder. And then chin to the chest, ear to the other shoulders. These are nice neck smiles, so just half circles for now. And coordinating breath with movement, of course. Really feel the opening and releasing when you coordinate breath with movement. We'll come back to center and let's just tilt the head back a little bit, looking up. And then doing nice half circles, just with the head back. And if this hurts the cervical spine or it's a little crunchy, you're either going to really lift up through the chest and the spine and do it, or just not do it if it's not feeling good for you. You can go back to the chin to chest. Good, and then coming all the way back and just interlace the fingers, and we'll just move through the wrists a little bit here, just warming up through the joints. Good, go the other way. Breathing. And we'll take the block out if you are sitting on one, and switch up your ankles. And we'll do a nice forward fold here, reaching the arms up, inhale, and then exhale, hands come towards the ground in front of you, walking out the palms. Inhale, lengthen spine, and exhale, just folding, relaxing the torso and the hips. Spreading the fingers and really feeling the palms into the ground as you straighten out through the elbows. Relax the shoulders, head and neck. And press through the legs and the sit bones. Draw the belly in and allow the breath to pull you back up. Upright, and then switching legs. We'll reach the arms up to inhale and exhale to come forward. Good. Lengthening as you inhale and relaxing and softening as you exhale. Good, and then sliding all the way back up. And let's come to our Baddha Konasana, just spreading, bringing the heels together, and then balls of the feet open up, kind of like a book. And the knees just start to settle into the earth. So we want to tilt the pelvis a little bit forward. So if you do have a pillow, it's kind of helpful to sit on the edge of it to really lift up that spine. So we'll do some nice seated cat-cows here. So inhale, lift the chest, shoulders back, looking up, and exhale to round the spine. And feel that nice opening in the back body. Navel center pulls towards the spine. Good. And then inhale as you come forward. You can use your ankles as well, hands on the ankles, to do this, to really draw your torso forward and up. And exhale, rounding back. Now, if you are sitting on something, you may need to take it out for these cat-cows. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding. One more time. Let's inhale. And exhale. Good. Okay, let's come all the way to our hands and knees now. Cat-cow. So wrists below shoulders, knees below the hips. And let's start by lifting tailbone first, lowering the belly, looking up, inhaling. And exhale to round through the spine. Navel center draws in and up. Press through the palms, straighten the elbows. Inhale, lower the belly, look up. Exhale, rounding. And one more breath, inhale. And exhale. So press the toes in, just bring the hips back towards the heels. Stretch out through the side body. And then press your palms into the ground about shoulder distance. Spread the fingers, root down through the index finger knuckle and just start to feel that grounding. And then lifting the hips nice and high as the feet position about hip distance for downward facing dog. So now you may be a little bit rounded in the spine. So if you are, bend the knees and start to lift the hips and sit bones towards the sky, softening between the shoulders. And if your heels are rooted, great. Pick up the toes, start to spread the toes. Good, pressing through the hands, straightening out through the elbows. One more breath here. And then stepping both feet around the hands. Okay, so start to sit down into a squat. Now, if the squat's not working for you and you may be just up here, and that's fine by not squatting all the way down, or your heels might be lifted and you're on the balls of your feet. So just get where you can in this position so that it serves you and you can breathe and be relaxed. So settling the hips and softening the tailbone, lifting up through the heart, elbows gently press into the inner thighs. And then breathing here. You can inhale to look up. And exhale, squeeze the inner thighs, knees towards each other as the elbows straighten. Point the fingers straight ahead, drop the chin down. Inhale, look up, press the elbows in the inner legs. And exhale, squeeze. Draw the chin down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then place the hands in front. Lift the hip bones up. And just sway the upper body. Coming into a nice, relaxed, loose Uttanasana, forward fold. Still paying attention to the breath, and come back to your intention if you have lost it. Okay, so let's bring the feet parallel, hip distance, bend the knees, and then just round through the spine. We're going to slowly roll up. Pressing through the feet, all four corners of the feet, engaging through inner thighs, and strong through the legs as you come in and up through the core and the sacrum in the back. And then the elbows reach to the sky until the fingers extend upwards. Inhale and exhale. Hands come down. So now you're just in a Tadasana, mountain pose-like position, standing, finding a nice neutral pelvis, neutral head and neck, relaxing the arms beside the body, nice and grounded through the feet. So let's sweep our arms up to inhale, look up. Exhale, I want you to fold forward, coming into a sun salutation. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to step both feet back, and then lower down to your knees, or just come straight down from plank position all the way to your belly. Point the toes, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, press the palms into the ground. Cobra, Bhujangasana. And then exhale, downward facing dog. As you press your palms in, press the feet, hips to the sky. And finding that nice long spine again. Breathing here. lower down to your knees. And then just bring the right foot forward so you can come into a nice low lunge, Anjaneyasana. The back foot, you can either point or press the toes into the ground. So let's just reach the left arm to the sky. Right hand is just on the leg. Good, and then finding lots of space through the side body. And then releasing the hand down. Stepping back to find your downward facing dog, walk it out, and then left foot steps forward. If you need to come down to your knees first and then step forward, go for it. Okay, so now the back foot is rooting, legs are grounding, right arm reaches up, low lunge on the other leg, Anjaneyasana. And then just keep finding space through side body, the heart. Softening the face, chin and jaw. Good, one more breath. And exhale, hand comes down. We'll step that foot back. Find downward facing dog again. Walking it out. And then both feet step forward. Hip distance. Let's inhale, halfway lift. And fold forward, exhale. Good. So this time coming up with a straight spine, you can bring the hands to the waist and then lead with the heart, reaching out through the crown of the head, coming back to Tadasana standing. So we'll be doing little tiny movements, deep knee bends, I call them. You'll reach your arms up, inhale, exhale, bend the knees. So you're coming into like a chair pose. And we're going to come all the way to one side. So just balance onto one foot and kick out the other leg as you spread your arms. Inhale, and then exhale into the center. Inhale, other side. Exhale, center. Inhale, and exhale. Sitting down into an imaginary chair. Inhale, reach out and find that little balance. Exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. One more. Good. Sitting into that chair, just putting a little bit of heat into the shoulders and the hips. Spreading toes, sitting back into the heels. Navel center draws in. Keep reaching out through the arms. One more breath in. And exhale, fold. Releasing, shaking out the head and neck. Now for this next one, I want you to grab a strap and we're just going to open up through the triceps. So the strap goes into the right hand. You'll bring your right elbow towards the sky and then behind, the left hand drops behind the back, grabbing onto the strap. So eventually you'll be walking up the strap. Okay. And you can really hold on to it. If you can hook your fingers, great. Just connect with your fingers and then trying to bring the elbow in opposite directions and lifting through the chest. And then find a neutral spine here or pelvis, because a lot of the times we tend to get that lower back really curved out. I mean, you want the natural curve in the lower back. You don't want to, you want to honor that natural curve, but you don't want to be sticking your tailbone way out. So just find a nice neutral pelvis, spread through the toes. And then head and neck is nice and neutral, breathing here. Good. And let's switch sides now. Right hand takes the strap, bring the elbow up to the sky. And then with the other hand, you're grabbing the other strap. Okay. And if you've had any shoulder injuries, just really be mindful and careful with moving into these. Okay, mindfulness is key with the breath. And then lengthen out through the spine. Feel that space. Then settle into wherever you are, finding that neutral pelvis. and then rooted feet. Good. One more breath, inhale, and slowly release. You can just let the strap go for now. I just have to do a little adjustment here on my... So we'll be going into our squat, kind of squat-ish. You're just separating the feet out, goddess pose, but we'll be going down a bit. So toes out, heels come in. So allowing the toes to kind of go outwards, heels come towards each other. And then start to bend the knees. So make sure that the knees are going in the same direction as the toes and relatively lined up to the ankles. Okay. And now if this is okay here and you want to go a little bit further, you can bring the elbows down to the legs. And just softening into that seat, lengthening and finding space through side body. Shoulders move back and down the spine. And I'm breathing here. Now I really love this one because my inner thighs and adductors always seem to be kind of on the tighter side. So just settling into that. Of course, if it's too much, come out. One more breath. Good, and then slowly just kind of shake out the legs, bending left knee and right knee. Shake out any tension through the upper body. Good, and then bring the hands to the waist, slowly come up, straight spine. And let's turn now. Open up the stance a little bit longer, so a bit longer than a leg's distance, and then turn the right toes open towards the front of your mat. Start to bend the right knee, coming into our warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. So reaching the arms up and really find this nice length and activation through the back leg, stacking this front knee. So make sure you can see your big toe, reaching the arms. Good, and now bringing the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers just to open up through the chest a little bit more, but maintaining that stacking still in the front knee, okay? And then just breathing here, spreading through all four corners of the feet. You can shine your heart towards the front if you like. Good, and then inhale, straighten that right knee, bring the toe in. Then press through the back edge of that right foot as you turn the left toes open, bending the left knee, arms reach out, Virabhadrasana 2. Good, breathing still here. And we'll bring the hands to interlace behind the back, finding that nice open heart again. Nice steady breath, strong back leg, pressing through all four corners. Make sure you can see that left big toe still, the front leg. Good, and then inhale, straighten that left leg, turn again. And now you'll start to face the front, warrior one. Okay, Virabhadrasana A, bending the right knee. Stacking on the right knee, and then reach the arms up towards the sky. Now we'll do a little variation with this as well. Okay, so you're in a nice lunge and just kind of opening up the chest towards the front. Now don't worry about if your hips are fully squared. There's a whole talk behind that, and I don't want to get in too deep with it in this video, but you don't want to be cranking your hips forward without it being ready to be there. So either shorten your stance up or just keep it open a little bit. It's something you'll have to play around with. Okay, so just offering the heart towards the front. We'll go into a variation with eagle arms. So left arm comes under the right arm. Now, if this is not happening, you can kind of go like this with the arms. Otherwise, it's wrapping around. Okay, pretzeling the arms in the front. And then lifting the elbows, lifting the hands away from the face, and reaching towards the sky. Breathing here. One more breath. Good, and exhale. Releasing the arms and shaking them out. And let's just heel toe the back foot, come forward and just step. We'll do the other side of warrior one. Okay, so find your nice stance. One might be totally different than the other. I know mine is because I broke my back ankle and I just don't have the range of motion that I used to, but that's okay. I'm working with what I have, right? Reaching the arms up. Now bringing the other one underneath. Connect to your palms, lift the elbows, hands away from the face, and then lift the heart. Keep really rooting down through that back leg and foot. Nice, and then stacking that front leg, spreading the toes, lifting them even if you can. Breathing, one more breath. Good, exhale, releasing that. And then stepping forward, finding, it would be wonderful if you had 2 blocks, but if you don't, just use 1 block. And then stepping the left leg back behind and stacking on the right leg. So if you don't even need the block, we're just doing a little bit of a warrior 3 here. So options are to have 2 blocks or a block. And then hands at the waist is another option, lifting the left leg back behind. Keep pressing through the left heel and flexing the foot. So you're stacking on the right leg. And then just keep reaching back with that leg, finding one point of focus for the balance. Full pose for Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3 is reaching the arms out, biceps by the ears. If that's too much, bring the hands back to the waist. Just breathing here. Good, inhale. And then exhale, releasing that leg back down, and we'll switch sides. Okay, so either use the block to kick that right leg back, or come up and have the hands at the waist. Bringing the right leg behind you, press through the heel, flexing that back foot, and eventually maybe reaching the arms out. Okay, and then just keep spreading toes and fingers and reaching out through the arms and elbows, finding one point of focus. Navel center draws in towards the spine. Breathing here. One more breath. And exhale, slowly lower that leg. Come into a nice Uttanasana, forward bend. And just swaying the upper body, releasing any tension in the breath. And we'll come all the way down to our seat for Gomukhasana. So you may want a little pillow as well with this one. So let's start with legs straight. Okay, so I'll take you slowly, step by step into the variation. So right foot comes around the left leg. And you may just be hanging out here, and that's totally okay. Have your strap handy for this one. And if your foot comes all the way down, then that's good too. Just stacking the leg. Full pose, you're going to bring that other foot to the other hip. And then perhaps grabbing the strap for the arms, unless you can bring your elbow up and interlace your fingers behind your back. Okay, so if you're using the strap, grab it and elbow comes up and you're just walking. So eventually you might meet up with those hands one day. And now the knees and the hips, you want to be really nice and rooted through the sits bones so you're not tilting to the side. So that right sit bone is really nice and grounded. Lifting the heart and chest, and make sure your throat center is nice and open so you're not collapsing in the neck. And just breathing here. apologize when I do Ujjayi with the mic on, that it sounds a little bit like Darth Vader and louder than I think that it is. So your Ujjayi breath does not need to be super loud. It may sound like that from the mic, but it can be a nice soft whisper. But present enough so you can actually hear it yourself. Good, and then let's take one more breath here. And exhale, releasing that. And before we switch sides, let's just take a nice little side stretch. Reaching the arms out. The other hand can be supported on the ground. Good, and then other side. Up and over, inhale. And exhale. Okay, so switching legs now. If you need to do a windshield wiper to release, go for it. Otherwise, stretching the legs out, left foot comes around. Okay, staying here, going into a full pose with that other foot bending. And now again, using the strap, but this time the other hand. The other elbow is up and the other one grabs behind. Eventually finding some space there in the front body as the other hand crawls up the back. And get nice and comfortable with the bottom half. And then breathing. Feel free to close the eyes. Just get into this as you start to feel the different sensations. And without really reacting or judging to the sensations, unless it's something that's just super irritating and it's not serving you, maybe come out and readjust. Being present with your breath. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly releasing that. Okay, and then just setting that strap to the side, and we'll come up and over on one side. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhaling and exhale, other side. Good, and we'll come all the way back and let's stretch them out now. Maybe do a little swing from side to side. And we'll come all the way down to our back. Just lay onto your back body, pull the knees all the way into the chest. And have the hands on the knees. The knees can be together, just doing nice little circles, massaging the lower back in one direction. And going in the other direction. Now I really love to do, it's kind of called thread the needle or eye of the needle or some, lots of different names for it, but lying down, pigeon pose. So this right foot will go onto the left leg, flexing it. And most people do know this posture, but I'll explain it anyways. You can have your left foot down on the ground for really, really nice variation if you're not able to grab your leg. Otherwise, left knee comes towards you, interlacing the fingers behind the hamstring and keeping that right foot flexed. I really love this posture, so I usually do it all the time before my Shavasana. It just is such a nice release for the outer right hip, lateral rotators and glutes. And then just continue relaxing the shoulders, settling through there. Good, and then let's go and switch sides now. Left foot comes onto the right leg, bending the right knee, pulling behind you and bringing that right knee towards you as the left knee moves away from you. And then just settling the spine and shoulders, really feeling the earth beneath you and the back body, allowing the breath to just be fluid. and calm. Nice. And then releasing that side. Feel free to grab your ankles or edges of the feet or insides of the soles of the feet, drawing the knees away from the midline towards the ground. Happy baby pose. Lengthening out through the back body. And then moving into our Shavasana. So comfortable distance. The legs and arms are comfortable distance away from the body. So just take some time to really wiggle around and settle in. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out. And just bringing awareness to the very highest point of the head and the skull, relaxing the scalp and the hair, the skin, the forehead, space between the eyebrows, both eyes, tongue and jaw relax, throat, as we continue moving all the way down through the front body, relaxing and softening the heart, the rib cage, the chest. The abdominal area and the hips, knees, ankles, and toes. Moving around to the back body as you soften the soles of the feet. Heels, calf muscles, hamstrings, buttocks, sacrum and lower back, the whole spine, both shoulder blades, back of the neck, and both arms, all fingers, all toes. The whole body relaxes. We'll stay here for about a minute. I invite you to stay longer if you like. And start to bring deeper breaths back into the body. Really filling up through the rib cage, the upper lungs and chest. And exhale. And then slowly just moving fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Letting the head roll from side to side. You can stretch and reach the arms. And then bring the knees in towards the chest. And rolling to one side. Just allowing your body to settle on that side. Then we'll come back up to seated. Finding a cross-legged posture just for a moment to connect and close the eyes. Come back into your center. And tuning into a little bit of the deeper layers and subtle layers now that you're really connected. Your mind is calm. Your breath is calm. Always taking this moment of gratitude to your practice, the health of your body and your mind, your breath, your spirit, all your teachers. And then bringing hands to heart center. And I just want to say thank you and namaste, Sat Nam. And I hope you have a beautiful day and that maybe reset you, your mind and body for a wonderful, clear, confident, heart-filled day. So namaste. Gracias.